If you're tired of watching your tomato vines wilt in the morning chill, or you've spent a weekend setting up a tiny grow tent only to realize it can't hold a decent number of plants, you know how frustrating it is to invest in something that looks great on paper but feels like a compromise in real life. You want a greenhouse that actually lets you keep a steady temperature, stays solid through rain, and doesn't require you to become a full-time handyman just to keep it upright. That's the dilemma most of us face when we start browsing the endless list of backyard greenhouse kits. The truth is, a lot of these kits promise all-weather durability or spacious interior in their marketing copy, but the real test is in the everyday moments: how easy it is to open the vents on a humid day, how much space you really get for your lettuce rows, and whether the structure will hold up after a hard wind. In the next few minutes I'll walk you through why the Backyard Discovery Bellerose 9 by 6 foot cedar greenhouse might be the practical, long-term solution you've been looking for, and where it could fall short if your priorities differ. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the material. The frame is 100% cedar, not the cheap pine or steel you'll see in many budget options. Cedar naturally resists rot and insects, which means you won't have to repaint or replace sections every season. That alone makes a big difference for anyone who lives in a damp climate or just doesn't want to schedule annual maintenance. The polycarbonate panels are double wall, giving you a clear view of your plants while providing better insulation than single-layer glass. In practice, this translates to a more stable internal temperature, so you can start seedlings earlier in the spring without worrying about nighttime freezes, and you'll use less energy on the optional exhaust fan. Speaking of the fan, the Bellerose comes with a pre-wired, low-profile exhaust fan that plugs into the built-in PowerPort. The fan runs on standard 110V power, but the kit also includes a solar panel option if you want to go off-grid. In real-world use, the fan does exactly what you'd expect. It pulls hot air out on a sunny day, keeping the interior from turning into a mini sauna, and it can be reversed to pull cooler air in during a chilly evening. I've seen growers set the fan to run a couple of hours in the late afternoon and notice a 5-degree temperature drop, which is enough to keep delicate herbs from bolting. The key point here is that the ventilation isn't just a vent you have to open manually, it's a powered system that you can schedule with a simple plug-in timer. Now, consider the layout. At 96 feet, the greenhouse offers roughly 54 square feet of growing space, but the designers have thought beyond just floor area. There are 3 raised shelving levels built into the frame, spaced at a comfortable height for most people to reach without a ladder. The shelves are sturdy enough to hold multiple pots, and because they're integrated, you don't have to cram everything onto the floor where waterlogging can become an issue. In a typical garden season, you could grow a mix of seedlings, dwarf tomato plants, and a row of herbs, each occupying its own tier. The inclusion of a small pergola on one side gives you a handy place to hang trellises or grow vining crops without crowding the interior. Ease of assembly is a common pain point for greenhouse kits, and the Bellerose tries to address that by using pre-drilled connections and a clear instruction booklet that walks you through each step. The whole structure can be erected by 2 people in a Saturday afternoon, assuming a level base and proper anchoring. The kit also includes hose hookups for watering, a window that slides open for quick ventilation, and a set of ground stakes to secure the frame against wind. If you've ever struggled with flimsy plastic frames that wobble in a breeze, you'll appreciate the weight of the cedar and the way the polycarbonate panels lock into place. Who should buy this? If you're a hobbyist gardener who wants a medium-sized space to raise a variety of plants, and you're willing to spend a little extra for durability, this greenhouse fits the bill. It's also a solid option for small-scale market growers who need consistent growing conditions without the expense of a commercial glass greenhouse. Homeowners with a backyard that gets a mix of sun and shade will find the pergola and the adjustable vent system useful for tailoring light exposure. The built-in PowerPort and optional solar kit make it attractive for those who already have a power outlet nearby or who want to keep electricity usage low. Who should skip it? If your garden is limited to a balcony or a very small patio, the 9 by 6 footprint may be too large, and you'd be better off with a compact tunnel greenhouse. Likewise, If you're looking for a plug-and-play solution that requires no assembly at all, you'll need